guys, We're here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the brand new UEFA Marquee Matchups SBC. Now this isn't just any normal Marquee Matchups, it celebrates all of the best matches from the Champions League this year. Honestly, it's a really good idea from EA. It's got a ton of teams in, you get a 100k pack for completing the whole set. There's loads of good packs in here, there's some for specific leagues, all sorts of good stuff. You're getting hundreds of thousands of coins of packs back. I'm not entirely sure how much it costs, but I'll leave a link down below to Footbin, and that'll show the exact time as of the moment you guys go to complete this. But I think it's probably around 80 to 100,000 coins because some players are super expensive. But we're going to start off with AS Roma against Porto. There's so many different teams in here. So you need 2 players from Porto or Roma, at least 1 Champions League card, and they're the players that are really expensive. They're all like 10k. You need at least 2 clubs, a 75 rating and 85 chemistry. So just snipe the 2 cheapest Roma or Porto players you can find, put them as your fullbacks, and then just build the rest of your team from a random league around a Champions League card. Hopefully you guys will have a few of these. I think I had 5 in my club, so I used them and that saved me a load of coins. You will have to go and buy any other cards, but just get the cheapest Champions League card you can find and build your team around them. So I had one from the Russian League and I built a Russian League team around that player right there. I wouldn't recommend to you guys to copy me player for player. It really doesn't matter because of the price of these Champions League cards. If you guys just find the cheapest you can get on the market and put them in your team, and then the same with the Roma or Porto players, the cheapest ones you can find, put them in your team, and then just get cheap players to build your team around. So it may not be the Russian League you have there, you may have like the Super League or something. It really depends on the players you've got. But these are the cards I've used here. Remember as well, if you do copy me, you may not get the exact same chemistry because I've packed a lot of these players, so that's always something to bear in mind. But you get a Prime Electrum players pack in return here, which is not too bad. I'll open all of these up at the end. We're going to have so many packs and could easily get a blue card. But next up we've got PSG against Man United. You need 1 player from PSG, 1 from United, 1 Champions League card, a maximum of 5 players from the same nation. Everyone needs to be gold and you need at least 80 chemistry. So again, get the cheapest United and PSG player you can find. So I've got Darmian and Bernat, who I already had in my club. Get the cheapest Champions League card you can find. Put them into the team in some facet. I've got Morel here, who I packed. But if you put your players out wide here, get a couple of cards that are going to link into them and then build the core of your team from a random league. I went with the Super League here. You could try and incorporate your Champions League card in here as well if you want, but this is just how I did it. Again, super simple. Try and go with leagues like the Super League, like the Liga NOS, for example, those small leagues that have a lot of cheap players. Again, it really is irrelevant the players I've used because it's all going to depend on which cards you get off the market for a good price. But these are the players that I've used, and we're going to submit this. And this gives you a Liga Premium Players Pack, which is quite interesting. Obviously, you could keep these. I mean, they are decent packs until the Liga Team of the Season is released, but I think I'll open all of these in this video just for the purposes of it. Next up, Real Madrid against Ajax, which was a very good tie. It gives you a La Liga Premium Players Pack, which is great because, of course, we've got La Liga Team of the Season right now. You need 2 players from Real Madrid or Ajax, at least 4 players from the Eredivisie or La Liga, at least 1 Champions League rare player. They're all extinct basically at 10k, so what you have to do is I'd recommend going to a league like the Super League, Russian League or Liga NOS, go to special, 10k, and then just keep sniping until you get a player. So I've got Inan here. I didn't have any rares in my club. You also need at least 3 nationalities and an 80 rating with 85 chemistry. So you're going to need to use slightly higher rated cards. So I've got De Jong and Huntelaar. I bought Huntelaar, he was about 5k. And I already had De Jong in my club, and then I used a couple of other Eredivisie players there to get up to the 4 using slightly higher rated players. And again, I used the Super League. There's so many high rated cards in the Super League that are fairly inexpensive, and the Champions League cards from there as well. There's plenty of them that aren't too expensive either. I mean, they're all kind of the same price, but there's a lot of good options there, a lot of rare cards, so some good ones you can get. So you can follow a similar kind of route to me, or you can just use whatever players you already happen to have. I mean, if you're lucky and you've got a lot of these Champions League cards in your club, it's going to be a lot easier. Next up is Ventus against Ajax. Again, you need 1 player from each team. You need another rare Champions League card, so that's another 10k. Maximum of 4 players from the same league and an 80 rating with 80 chemistry. Again, get yourself that Champions League card. I just picked up this guy here, Donk, for 10k. put them as one of your fullbacks, just out of the way really, and then build a Serie A portion of your team and an Eredivisie portion of your team using one player from each of the two teams needed, using slightly higher rated cards. I've got some 82s there, I've got an 83 down here. Just split your team up into the three main sections apart from your random special card, making sure you get your players on decent chemistry. Again, if you copy me, because I've got loyalty, it may not work exactly, so obviously if that happens, then just use like another couple of strong links. You can see the players that are off chemistry, so obviously just give them more links and they'll be on good chemistry if you copy me. But again, as I keep saying, there is no need to. It all depends on the players you guys already have in your club, the players you've packed, all that kind of stuff there. So copying me really is pointless, because if people do that, it's going to drive the prices of certain players up. And you get a Serie A premium players pack there, so that's pretty decent. You could always keep that until the Serie A team of the season is released. Next up, we've got Ajax against Tottenham. You get a rare election players pack from this. You need at least 2 players from Spurs or Ajax, at least 4 English or Dutch players, at least 1 Champions League card, maximum 4 players from 1 club. Everyone needs to be gold, 85 chemistry. So get the cheapest Champions League card you can find, or one you already have. I have Marcel, put him as one of your fullbacks and build the rest of your team from the Premier League, fitting in at least 2 Spurs players and at least 4 English players. I think that's the easiest way of going with the team. Again, it doesn't matter what players I've used, but these are the players, because I always get people wanting to see the cards I've used. As you can see though, I've packed all these players, so I do have loyalty on them, so you've got to bear that in mind. So we get so many packs from this. Honestly, this is such a good SBC from EA. We also have a Sergio Ramos SBC that looks really cheap, and I may do that as well. A mega pack for Liverpool against Barcelona, 1 player from each of the teams, at least 1 Champions League card, at least 4 leagues, 80 chemistry and 80 overall rating. Again, get a cheap Liverpool player, get a cheap Barcelona player, put them into your team so you've got like a Premier League side and a La Liga side. Get a cheap Champions League card, and because you need the 4 leagues, you want to get them on good chemistry, so just try and link them into your team. I got a Porto player here, Mbemba, so I got a Porto centre-back and goalkeeper. Felipe and Casillas, both quite cheap and high rated to get the rating up overall. And then I had La Liga players here, needed my 4th league, so I just put a Spanish striker who linked into them in. So you guys can do something similar if you want. This is just kind of a little template for you guys to possibly replicate with your own players. So we're going to submit that and we get a mega pack, which isn't bad. And we're going to finish with, of course, the final of the Champions League, which is going to be on later tonight. Let me know down below who you're going to be supporting. We get a Premier League Prime Players Pack, which is really good. It's of course Tottenham against Liverpool. You need 6 Premier League players as a minimum, at least 2 Spurs or Liverpool players, at least 1 Champions League rare card, a maximum of 3 players from the same nation, and everyone needs to be gold. Again, get the cheapest Champions League rare card you can find. I got this guy here. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, and built the rest of my team from the Premier League, fitting in 2 Spurs players, and it is as simple as that. So again, I'll show you guys the players I've used, but you can just go and get the cheapest Premier League players in each position, or cards you already have in your club. And there we go, we're going to submit that, and that will complete the UEFA Marquee matchups. But as I said, this isn't just a normal Marquee matchups SBC, this is one of the best SBCs EA have released, I think, because of the sheer number of packs you get. And look, it all finishes off with a 100k pack. And I think that's a great way of celebrating the Champions League. Very, very happy with that from EA. So let's go and see what we get in all these packs. So we're going to leave the 100k pack till last, and I'm just going to go through everything else. I'm not going to save any packs, although as said, you could do that. You could wait for the Liga and the Serie A with those guaranteed Liga and Serie A packs. EA haven't done any SBCs giving those out, so I don't think we're going to have any of those when we actually have like a... like those actual leagues. But what I'm going to do is list up any players that play for Ajax, that play for Spurs, that play in those leagues, check the value of those players, because some of them go for an absolute ton. The Champions League cards are the ones with real value. I mean, you're not going to be getting any from these packs here, but they're all practically extinct, especially the rares. I think every rare card is extinct. We've just got an Utrecht centre-back, which is pretty good there. They're not as much as they used to be, 10k. Those cards used to be about 30, but that's not bad. We got Sirigu, who probably has a bit of value, but I don't have much space on my transfer list, so we'll just quick sell him as he is a goalkeeper. But we're going to spam through these. The amount of blues people are going to pack, this is going to have a real impact on the market, this SBC. Obviously, it already has with the blue cards, like from the Champions League, but it's going to affect the team of the season market too. Simply because so many of these players are going to get packed. So many blues will get packed. So I'm going to list up Chan, as he does play, of course, for Ventus. I'll send the rest of those cards to the club. None of those are going to sell, so we'll quick sell them. We've got a Liga Premium Players Pack We've got a few decent Team of the Week cards and stuff. There's also Neymar and Mbappe. I mean, I'd be disappointed if we don't get a walkout from this, to be honest. We haven't had one so far. There's a lot of good packs there. A lot. We get an inform. There we go. Baba. We get Marcelo as well. No PSG players, unfortunately. So I'll quick sell the rest of that. I'm trying to remember what different teams have different players required for these SBCs, and so far I don't think we've packed any apart from Emre Can. So bear that in mind though, because you don't want to be quick selling players that may end up going for a good amount. We got a Roma player there. I don't think the Roma cards go for that much. The ones that seem to go for a lot are the Ajax players. They're like, I think they're about 3 to 6k depending on position and rating. And then I think Real Madrid and Barcelona players, Liverpool players, Spurs players, they're also all quite expensive. The more times they're in the SBCs, the more expensive they are. We got a Spurs player, and the Spurs players are going for a fair amount. We got Pickford as well. That's a decent pack. We got a few higher rated cards from the Premier League. And we've got the La Liga Premium Players Pack and the Jumbo Rare Players Pack to finish. Give us a walkout from these. This is obviously from La Liga, and we've got a La Liga Team of the Season available. We don't get a walkout. I mean, these packs have been diabolical, to be honest. Given the price of this SBC, you would expect more back. We get nothing at all there, which is fairly disappointing. But I think I will do the Ramos SBC. You only need 385 rated teams, and he's practically the same as his Team of the Year. I think he's a 95. We don't get a walkout from all 100k pack. Jesus. These packs were absolutely terrible. We're going to get an Italian goalkeeper. We get Viviano. Oh my god. These packs were awful. The amount of good packs, like what's that, 200 or 300k worth of packs. The best player I got was an 83 rated goalkeeper, I believe. Those were actually terrible. They were so bad. I can't believe that. Those packs were absolutely awful. There, I will quick sell all of that. I don't think there's anyone good there. Wow. About 100k, I think that SBC will set you back from scratch. And we just got no walkouts, nothing at all. Highest rated player was 83. Let me know what your best player was down below. Let me know if you're going to do this SBC. I definitely would. There's also the Ramos SBC, which I'll try and do a video on. If you guys did enjoy this, leave a like. If you want to get yourself any high quality in real life FIFA cards like this, go and check out Foot Yourself. There's a link down below in the description, and check out the sponsors of the channel, anibo.com, for cheat games and game codes, and use my discount code EATAWAY at checkout for a discount. And I'll catch you guys later. Take care.